So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the one of Dominique's Devotionals. Yes, I'm Dominique. Hopping on real quick because if you missed it tonight, I just went live at 7 o'clock p.m. every Wednesday. And we concluded our series on overcoming bitterness. And so I just want to do a quick bring together, just pull it all together because I'm not sure how many of you actually go are on Facebook, but if you do have a Facebook page, follow me at Dominique's Devotionals, and there you can get the whole video. But today, I just wanted to briefly hop on to talk about the four steps, could be five, but 4 steps that you need to overcome bitterness. Now, to get everything in detail and some of the backstory and discussions, please go over to Dominique's Devotionals on Facebook. But for number one, if you see me look off to the side, I just got my notes right here. Just wanted to make sure you got it and try to do this in 5 minutes or less. Okay. So number one, reevaluate yourself and also reevaluate the situation. The basis of this entire devotional came out of 2 Samuel chapter 11, from 11 to 17. Really, it's the entire major story. And when we looked at a character from that story. His name is Ahithophel, who struggled with forgiving David, but he was David's advisor. And it's really kind of a big drama, but Ahithophel is the grandfather of Bathsheba. And so because of all of David's lies and betrayal to his people, and not only to going after his Uriah, which was his grandson-in-law, and the sexual assault of his granddaughter. The Bible alludes to that. We know kind of that story between Bathsheba. Everybody knows the Bathsheba story. But with that, we say that to say, if he would have taken a moment to reevaluate that situation, if he would have taken a moment to talk to David, if he would have taken a moment to recognize that this bitterness was beginning to nestle into his spirit, he held on to it for 10 years. And after holding on to it for 10 years, it basically ate away at him until he ultimately killed himself. So please, if you are struggling with bitterness right now, evaluate it before you move on to the next step, which is part 2. Take responsibility for your part. No matter what we go through in life, whether someone lied to you, cheated on you, talked about you, created rumors, we know all the things, that horrible things that people can do to us. But one of those things that we have to do is just take accountability. So taking accountability would have been great for Ahithophel. If he would have taken accountability, he would have known what his part was in the matter. No, he had no parts in David's going after killing Uriah, making the lies and the whole faking the drunk thing, all that crazy stuff that took place. But he could have taken responsibility and knowing that he was holding on to something that he should have let go a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. He held on to it for 10 years. He now allowed that bitterness and pain to create a home in his heart. Wrong way to go about it. Third piece of overcoming bitterness is forgiveness. We know it. Please check out the video because I talk a lot about forgiveness and understanding the frustrations of forgiving people. But the big takeaway is forgiveness is not for the person who did you wrong. It's for you. It releases you from that situation and that power that pain was holding over you. A big thing to remember is that when we go about life, we don't have to pursue people to necessarily forgive us. Once we can ask for their forgiveness. But if they don't, we forgive ourselves. And the same works vice versa. Some people may never come to us for forgiveness, but we forgive them because now they no longer have power over us. Same as also looking at some people look at having closure and say, I need to go to you for closure. No, you don't need to go to somebody for closure. You go to the Lord for closure and allow him to mend your broken heart because no one deserves that much power to allow you to decide to move on with the rest of your life. Last thing is don't get alone. If you're struggling with forgiving someone right now, if you're struggling with the broken pieces of that someone left in your heart or struggling with bitterness, then don't get alone. The Bible tells us to seek wise counsel. Find the right person. Pray. If you don't know, have no one to trust, then go to a counselor. It's okay not to go at it alone because emotion is something that leads us to a terrible place. And like Ahithophel, his emotions led him to kill himself. Thank you for checking me out. I look forward to seeing you all next week on another one of Dominique's Devotionals. Bye.